Another edition of BullionMax. I'm Mark Allen, along with Sean Reynolds, the customer service manager for BullionMax. We're going to take a look at buying precious metals. How do you do it? What's the ins and outs? And why we think that BullionMax is the place to be. Sean, as always, nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Mark.
Um, is purchasing precious metals, is that easy? And we're talking about purchasing precious metals that you actually is tangible. We're not talking about having somebody else hold on to it, have a custodianship. It's something that you can keep at home or in a safety deposit box or other places.
Absolutely. All BullionMax orders are things that we're going to ship directly to you. So, for starters, I think the team has put together a really nice website. So, you probably need to learn a little bit about purchasing precious metals uh, before really looking at the website, because the website functions like any other one. You see something you like, you put it in the cart, you register for an account, you provide your name and address, your payment, you submit the order, and you're good to go.
So
Okay,
it's like buying on Amazon.
very much so. Yeah. Now we don't have the one button, sales thing,
Yeah,
and that's
of
probably not a
course.
bad thing. Okay. I'm a little afraid to use that one myself. It's like, is it really one button, or
Yes,
I
right.
always I always stop at step 4 or whatever the last one is and go, okay, my address, this is what I ordered, okay, proper
Yeah.
payment method, submit, okay. Whew, okay.
Yes.
Probably comes from my I don't want to ask for somebody else's help because I hate to look stupid. But I
Right.
also want people to know you're not stupid if you need help. Inexperience doesn't mean you're stupid. So, what we wanted to do with today's podcast is help get you a little more experienced in case precious metals is virtually new to you. And so like pricing, for example,
Right.
is one of those things that people will take a look and they'll go, okay, I see the market rate, that's the spot price, but none of these products sell for that price. I don't get it. Okay, well, anything you purchase from a precious metals company, whether they're online or in a store, is going to have two components that make up the price. You're going to have the market rate for the weight of the metal, and then you're going to have some kind of premium. Okay, now the premium could consist of any number of different things. It could be like our acquisition cost to purchase it to make it available for sale.
Hmm.
Okay, so we paid the market rate, likely, something to bring it in house. And then, of course, we're going to mark it up a little bit from there because that's how we make our money. We don't make our
And
money on the market; we make it on the
right.
on the premium.
Of
And
course.
all precious metals dealers do that. So there you go, right there, right
But
off.
let me just interact here for a moment. And while there are other precious metals dealers,
Mm-hmm.
what sets Bullion Max apart is the customer service and the care that they have for their clients.
Mm-hmm. And one of the big differences is my history as a service professional has always been working for companies where what customers do and the purchases that they make matter. And when you're working in a situation like that, you have to know when you call, I care about what you're purchasing, why you're purchasing, when you need it, all of those things. We understand and we are listening. We're not just looking for you to place an order and get on with your life. We truly want to help because this type of investing does matter, and we want to make sure you're confident about what you're buying so you feel good about what you're buying. So then later when you think about your purchase, you're not going, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Okay, that happens when people don't get educated and they just talk to somebody who sold them something. We can't advise people on specifically how to invest, but we can certainly direct them to purchase this item or that item based on their needs. And that also comes with a good set of ears to listen to the customer's needs, not what I want to sell you. I don't want to sell you anything. I want you to decide what you want to buy, and that's a
Got it.
completely different experience.
Let's talk about payment options.
Hmm.
Credit cards.
Absolutely. Credit cards are an option. PayPal is an option. And those are, we call those immediate payments. And with those, we will either ship same day or next day, typically, unless there's, something if we're extra busy in the warehouse or whatnot. But so far, pretty much depending upon what time of day you order, we can possibly get it out today, but usually next business day is the latest.
And it's shipped UPS.
UPS is our main carrier. We do use postal for some delivery of some uh, lower value packages,
Hmm.
but you get up over about $500 or so, and we're going to ship that UPS with the signature required. We do not have an option for customers to expedite packages currently, but I do want to let our viewers know that the company may upgrade and expedite packages at its discretion. And there are some reasons we've found so far that are good reasons to do that. I'm not going to get into the details too much because it gets into some of our fraud prevention stuff.
Got it.
We can't have that kind of full disclosure going on. But let's just say customers impacted by that love it.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to knock on wood here as I say, we have not lost one package yet when we have done this.
That is
So
terrific.
it protects us, it protects our clients, because when your stuff gets lost, that's the worst experience you can have in precious metals.
Of course.
And you'll
Of course.
find out how good or not good your precious metals company is based on how they respond to I didn't get it, or it's lost, or whatever.
Right. So
First thing
what
I'm
a
going to say is, okay,
mine?
let's find out what we know, and go from there. It's not their fault if it was not delivered.
Right.
There's
And
no proof
they're
of
not
delivery.
responsible for it.
Exactly. Yes, they're not responsible for it. So that's either going to be on BullionMax, the carrier, or our insurance company.
Gotcha.
That's.
If I buy it with a credit card,
Mm-hmm.
there are credit card fees that retailers pay, and in the
Mm-hmm.
last few years, it's becoming more and more um, uh, normal, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
for credit card for retailers in particular to charge the merchant fee. So if it's $100 and goes through one of the credit cards, all the major cards, and they charge anywhere from what 2.5% to 5%.
Mm-hmm.
Is that added on or not?
We all do it kind of differently. And the way most precious metals companies do this is they consider the credit card price or the PayPal price the standard price. And they will show that with those fees loaded in there. But then they will also have a discounted cash price. But what can happen is when you go through checkout, if you're not paying attention and you go in with the cash price and now you choose that you want to use your credit card, your price jumps up.
Yes.
You go, what? Why did that happen? Not even thinking cause and effect.
Got it.
And I'm not calling anybody out, but people do this. People have even
Sure.
done this with us. Okay. We think it makes more sense and maybe is more transparent to always show the cash price. And we will always say, this is the cash price.
Right.
And if you, in checkout, you choose a non cash method, first thing we say is this payment method will not qualify you for the cash price. And then you're going to see a separate area that's going to have processing fees.
Gotcha.
But your price for your metals will not change. So what you saw when you came in checkout is still going to be what's there. There's just a different line item that is going to call that out. Now, to those who are seeing this for the first time, once again, recognize this is not a BullionMax thing for us to charge you and our competitors don't. We all respect a cash discount. Okay. We just
And a cash
show you.
discount is an ACH. That's a
Mhm.
transfer from bank to bank,
Yes.
and and also
Bank wire.
a bank wire and a check. I can mail you a check.
You can mail me a check. Now, that's another thing that I wanted to talk about with folks today. When I talk with people for the first time and they're learning about purchasing precious metals and they learn about the impacts of your payment methods, and they go, wait, what? Now this is weird. I'm going to complete my order on the website like I normally do with every other vendor, but then I'm going to mail you a check? Do I have that right? How does that work exactly? And I said, well, obviously at some point we need to agree on a price. And so as soon as you complete that order, your price is locked, and then we're just waiting to receive your payment. So where it feels like there's this huge disconnect, it all makes sense. It's just not common for other products. You buy a toaster, that's not going to happen.
Right.
You buy stereo equipment, that's not going to happen. But and then no less when we're talking with these new people, as you know, we're based in Southern California.
Right.
That's not where payments go, though, Mark.
Where do payments go?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
Now you're probably wondering, okay, so what's up with Dallas? Why
Right.
why did you choose Dallas?
I love the food in Dallas. I like Dallas a lot.
There we go. See, but that's not why. But I like that
Right.
answer though.
Okay.
But we wanted to find the largest postal hub in the middle of the country because though we're based in Southern California, we don't want all the mail to have to go all the way across the country to get to LA. We already know the mail system is not what it once was, and it's
Yes.
even slower than it was. And holy cow, even when my friends send checks from Oklahoma down to Dallas, it's still a week and a half.
Oh my.
Fair enough. But we're not going to push you
Wait,
on that.
Texas and Oklahoma touch at one point, don't
Yeah,
they?
exactly. 3 hours to drive. You could walk it in a week and a half. Right?
Yeah,
That's
got it.
myself. Good heavens. I'll save the stamp. That's what I'll do. And then I'll get some food in Dallas when I get there.
Yes, exactly. Good barbecue down there.
But the good thing about that is then at least for our Florida clients, for our folks in New York, New Jersey, they're more likely, since it's a major postal hub, though it's in the middle of the country, they might experience more of delivery in 2 to 3 days instead of who knows when if it's going all the way across the country. So this is one example of kind of the brainiacs within the BullionMax organization who are not new to the dance, hard at work trying to figure out ways to improve the customer experience. And if we can do anything to cut down the amount of time that's involved when people are paying with personal check, and people like to do that, and it's a payment method we're happy to see, that's a win-win. Anything we can do to shorten that up. So.
You mentioned something a few moments ago, and you said you could buy as a guest or sign in.
Mhm.
What's the difference? Is there a advantage to being, I guess, a member at BullionMax?
Yeah, there is definitely an advantage to setting up an account with us, because once you make your first purchase, the way you'll be able to track your order is to log in, and you can't log in if you haven't created an account. And one of the most common things that people want to know is, what's the status of my order? Or it's shipped, where is it? And so if you haven't created an account, chances are you'll call. Now, I'm happy to handle those calls for anybody, but if you're one of those folks who would always prefer to help yourself, you do want to create an account, because that is an advantage. And even if you've placed multiple orders with us, when you create that account, all of that history is going to be tied together. So now you'll be able to see all of your orders. So yes, it's super speedy to check out as a guest. I would recommend for folks to check out as a guest, but then in step 4, you have an option to say, I want to create an account. And if you check that button, all we're going to ask you for at that point is a password, because we already have your name, address, phone number, email. All of that other stuff is in there. So that's great.
And
But
that
the
makes
other-
it really,
Yeah.
really easy.
Mm-hmm. the other thing is at some point you're going to want to read the terms and conditions of doing business with BullionMax, because you cannot place an order without checking the box that says, I have read the terms and conditions and wholeheartedly agree with them. Don't pencil whip that. I mean, let's face it. There's nothing in there like, we're going to take your children if you say something mean to the marketing. Okay. No, nothing like that. But there are some important things in there. Like, we are very serious about when you lock in your order, and if you decide to cancel it for some reason, well, market loss is a very real thing. And so if you place an order, good size order, and then the market drops $100 in gold, okay, and you decide not to send us payment, what you don't know is in the background, we purchased everything that we just sold you as a hedge. And then when you cancel, now we have two things that cost that much. Okay, that's not fair. That's going to hurt our business. And
Right.
so we're going to charge you a $35 cancellation fee, and you are going to be responsible for the market loss. So just complete your order.
Right.
But don't say I didn't see it, you never said it, I never agreed to it. When you check that box, yes, you
And,
do.
and at the same time, if you don't want it, you can always sell it back.
That is correct. It's not something that would be a return. You would
Right.
sell it back. Okay, so or you could even sell it locally. You might even get more for it locally than you would if you were buying back. I don't. That's very circumstantial, so I can't
Sure.
really say for sure or not. But it really is following through on a commitment. It is a commitment because you're purchasing a financial product. I always joke about toasters and stereo equipment, but truly take it seriously. It's like buying a stock. It's like purchasing other financial products. So it does matter that you follow through. Just because we don't have a means to make you follow through like your day trader would, right? Doesn't mean it's cool to try to back out of it because the market changed.
Well,
So
knowing that the customer service is exemplary at BullionMax, and knowing that uh, you're not responsible until your product is actually in your hands,
mhm.
I think that's a real positive for the precious metals industry. And if you're interested, I invite you to go to bullionmax.com. Take a look around at all the various products, the rounds, the coins, the bars,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm probably missing something in there. I mean, there are lots of things in there
Yeah.
from mints from around the world, including the U.S. mint, the Canadian mint, the Australian mint. And take a look around. And if you get confused or you're not sure what you want, give us a call. Give Bullion Max a call,
Mm-hmm.
and our customer service team could be you'll end up with Sean here, and he'll guide you through the purchase, everything from how to use your credit card to
Mm-hmm.
what to buy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I think is very important.
Yeah.
Take a look
I-
right
An,
now
ad-
at
an advantage that we have,
bullionmax.com.
Mark, over some of our competition is as new as we are, our inventory is also very new. So quality concerns, if somebody's got some type of issue, I may ask for a photo of what it is, but we want our clients to be satisfied with what they purchase. So if there is a problem, we'll make it right. If it's something we missed when we shipped it, knock on wood, we've yet to make an error and ship the wrong product or the wrong number of items. We do have a means to go back and take a look at pictures of what we ship just before it goes into the packing material. So if it says we ship 10 of something, I'll be able to count that from the photo. Plus, if I need any more detail, we shoot video as well. So there is
On each package that goes
each
out.
and every package, yes. And the thing that I love about that, Mark, is pictures don't lie. So there's no shenanigans of any kind. I set these down specifically for the camera, which is just above them. Excuse me. And then they we can see the clarity is there in HD to be able to
Right.
see the customer's order, the address, and then see specifically the items as they're laid out. So um, there are all kinds of different reasons why we do that, but I think ultimately, if the package arrived without suffering any damage, and also, our packaging is outstanding. I mean, those 10 coins, we're going to put those inside a bubble mailer, inside a box, and perhaps inside a box.
Got it.
They're not
They're
falling out.
not they're
So,
not floating around in an envelope.
exactly. So, whatever's in that picture of what gets put in the envelope and then the box in the box, that's what's going to come out of it. There's no reason for it to ever be anything else.
When I order something, if I order something from the Perth Mint, whatever it may be, how long usually does it take for me to get it in my hot little hands?
Great question. Depends on your payment method. So we talked about immediate payment methods before, such as PayPal, credit card. We also consider a wire an immediate payment. So it's just as quick as you can get it issued once you've completed your order. When we receive that wire, again, if it's early enough, we'll try to ship same day, worst case next day.
Got it.
Okay. So then it depends on where you are in the country. Some of our Northern California folks, they usually see things in a couple of days. It's about 3 or 4 business days to Middle America. And then our Florida folks, shout out to them. They're usually a healthy 5 business days, simply because we're going from Los Angeles to Florida all the way across the country. In some cases, it might take a 6th day, but typically, a healthy week if you're far away from us. Proximity's got everything to do with it.
Well, as we're talking about, distance and all that, what about out of the country? I mean, we're on a international podcast right now. So if I'm in Canada or if I'm in England or France, Europe, any place, Asia, can you ship or do you ship?
I'm glad you brought that up. We don't currently, but we would love to have feedback from people who would like to see us ship to their country. I think, do you ship to Canada is probably the most common question we get these days. So, to those of you who are asking that question, I'd like you to send an email to info@bullionmax.com, and both the marketing team and I monitor that box. What is it about having a ship to Canada helps you fill your need? Is it availability? Is it that there aren't interesting products there? Are the prices horrible? Because obviously it's going to cost us more to ship it there because it will be an international shipment. There will likely be duties and taxes, things of that nature. So knowing it's still going to cost you more than what you see on the website now, are you still interested? And if so, how can we help you? That would be great to know.
The website is obviously 24 hours a day,
Mm-hmm.
and which is a terrific thing. But if I wake up at 2 in the morning with a hankering for a gold coin, it could happen.
It could happen.
It could happen.
It does.
Yeah. And what are the hours of operation for getting me my coin?
Yes. So the service department is open from 9 to 8 Eastern, or 8 to 7 Central, or 6 to 5 on the West
Pacific.
Coast there. Yeah, on Pacific. And so during those hours, we have the phones staffed. We also have chat staffed. Again, any time of day, you can send an email to that info@BullionMax box. Chat, though, I do want to encourage people, because we do get people who you can leave an after hours question with chat, such as, I want to track my package. Now, I would encourage you, if you're already in our system, it's great, because when we respond to that inquiry, you're going to receive an email that is going to be a transcript of the chat, and we'll provide that information in there. Separately, we'll send you an email with the tracking number as well, so you have that. So, but if you're not already a customer of ours, make sure that you do when you see we have no specialist available to assist you right now. Still ask your question and provide your email address, and we'll answer your question. It's just we'll answer it when we get back in the office.
Got it. So
Uh,
it could be within a day.
oh yeah, usually that would be first thing we would look at the following business day.
Got
And
it.
also, if you ask on weekends, I get notifications. There's nothing that says that I may not answer your question because I happen to see you had one.
Right.
So I'm not guaranteeing you service off hours. You're very special if you get that. Or certainly there's something about your specific inquiry where I want to get back to you before Monday morning when we kick off the week again.
Well, this wraps up this edition of BullionMax. I thank you. A lot of good information on how to buy precious metals from BullionMax and the care they take to ensure that your package gets to you, that you get what you want.
Hmm.
Um, and if you want to learn about buying something, we did a show a while ago on gift giving. If you
Hmm.
want to know about a gift, if you want to know about something that's investment grade, you can call and ask. Take a look around at the website, and the phone number is right there. So you can call them. Uh, you'll get answers quickly, and I think that the customer service at Bullion Max is just, it's outstanding.
Thank you. The only thing that I would say is if you do call, and our staff is pretty small, leave a message if somebody doesn't answer right away. We're obviously helping somebody else at the time. So please don't just call again, and don't just hit redial because we do return our messages.
That is
It's
good.
part of our mission. A
And I
question
know a
is
lot
good
of
news
people,
until
I
it's
know a lot of companies who don't do that. Listen, thank you very much, Sean. I really appreciate your time today. This
Thank you.
is
Great to be here.
Bullion. Oh, my pleasure. This is Bullion Max. I'm Mark Allen for Sean Reynolds. Have a great day. We'll see you on our next show. Bye bye for now.